What's up, everybody? Ben Razzie here for Odd Chopper, and it's that time again. Little college football parlay action for Saturday, week 9. The season is rolling on. There's only a couple undefeated teams left. The national championship picture is in focus. None of that's exactly relevant to here because all we care about is picking 3 games, putting them together for that potential big money payout. It's not easy, it's not simple, but it can be done. We did a couple times earlier in this year. We're on a little streak, not in a good way. Let's do it right now. Welcome to Odd Chopper. If you're just joining us, you have a new opportunity here to hopefully hit this parlay with us. If you've been with us every week, welcome back. Either way, appreciate you. All things betting from college football, NFL, NBA, we got you covered. Let's get into these games. Don't want to waste any more time. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get it started. We set the tone, the foundational piece. I want this number at 2.5. I would take it at 3. I have some at -3. Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. Yes, we're getting the garbage games out of the way early for the parlay. And this is one, the directional rivalry. These teams are terrible, but Western Michigan is a different type of terrible. They're getting better, at least. They were really bad, and now they're just straight bad. They've been playing quarterback roulette. It looks like they've settled on Hayden Wolf. I think that's the right decision. We've seen them in recent weeks play competent teams very competitively. They went into the SEC and they hung with Mississippi State, ended up losing by basically 2 touchdowns. They played Ohio. They were in that game, a field goal type game. Ohio's one of the better teams in the MAC. I like what they're doing. Yes, they're on the road, but to me, Western Michigan is actually getting better with each week. Eastern Michigan might be getting worse. Eastern Michigan started the year, they beat Howard and they were outgained in that game. That's a red flag. They cannot score. They beat UMass by 2 points. Their quarterback, Austin Smith, we talked about this over on Betting You if you want in-depth breakdowns, but let's just say that his turnover-worthy plays is jumping off the chart. He's lucky he doesn't have double-digit interceptions. I do not know how Eastern Michigan is going to move the ball. I don't think they're particularly set up to stop Western Michigan either. A 2.5-point spread. Obviously, it's not a difficult travel game from this. I don't know Michigan geography, but I do know that both of these teams are in Michigan. 2.5-point spread on the road. Yeah, it's taking a little pressure at -112. We're going to get this parlay started with Western Michigan. They're going to go on the road. They're going to get a win. I think these teams are at different levels. One is ascending, one is descending. Give me Western Michigan to start the parlay, hopefully in the right set, because if we lose the first one, then we're done. But we're not. We're going to move on to the second game. We're going to do that in just 1 second. But say it every time. You're betting parlays. I'm going to name 6 states. If I don't name your state, just skip to the second pick. But if you are in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, Iowa, or Kentucky, if I just said your state, you kind of hear that, you're not paying attention, now's the time. Back up and make sure I said your state, and then go get 150 bucks, literally, for 2 minutes. You click the link below. You sign up to Bet365 if you don't play there. Bet $5. Bet it on this parlay. Have some fun. Why? Because even if you lose, you get 150 in bonus bets. If you win the parlay, it's even better. Why not? But you're really talking about a floor of $150 in bonus bets. It's that simple. You do have to be 21 plus. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But if I just said your state, if you're in one of those 6 states, there's money waiting for you for your bankroll. Now, we need to find the second game. We've got to find it. It's not a jackass game. It's a good game. It's Oregon and Utah. And it's a 6.5-point spread. Another spread where I'm getting the good number. I hope this is a sign because I wanted this game at 6.5. Now I'm getting 6.5 at -108. Sign me up. Oregon is a really good team. Yes, they lost to Washington in a hostile environment where they were a play away from winning that game. Bo Nix is in the Heisman conversation. Bucky Irving, their running back, avoided major injury. He is going to feast on this Utah defense. Biggest problem, they're on the road. These are serious road tests. There's no doubt about it. If this game was in Eugene, it would be 13.5, maybe more. Like, it would be big. There's no doubt about it, but it's not. I trust Oregon's front. I think they have advantages on both sides of the ball. They're a battle-tested team. They have everything that I'm looking for. Nix is taking care of the ball. On the other side, Utah is a really tough evaluation. They've been a tough evaluation literally since week 0, when we wondered if Cam Rising was going to play in that game. Fast forward 9 weeks, and Cam Rising is not playing, and he's not going to play here. They have no real quarterback. They've been platooning. They're doing the best they can. And Utah, to their credit, is still a good team. They just beat USC. They've beaten Florida. They've done some things, particularly at home. I do not think they've seen a team that is as well-rounded as Oregon. USC has no defense. Florida in that early game, them traveling out to Utah is not what I anticipated. And we've seen Utah struggle. Now, they went into Corvallis to play Oregon State and they were handled decisively, a game that I really liked. It is different with the home and road splits. I will admit that. But I think that Oregon can mirror a lot of the success that Oregon State had. They can lean on the running game, timely throws, and I don't think Utah has enough offense to hang in this game. I think this is a really good bounce back spot for Oregon. They have no margin for error after, a couple weeks ago dropping that game to Washington. 6.5 at -108, even on the road. Two road teams, two road favorites so far. That's a little dicey, but you know what? I go where the lines are, go where the value is. And to me, Oregon at -108 is in fact value. You can chop this. We can do that on Odd Chopper. I'll actually pull that up in just 1 second. But Oregon, second part of the puzzle. All right, let's just take a look, by the way. Let's see. We'll go to our live odds. This is Odd Chopper, by the way, all different tools and features and things that you may want. We'll talk about how you can get inside the ropes in just a second. I just want to say, yeah, okay, it's moved to 6.5 everywhere, as you can see, but -108, that's what we want. That is that best price. So that is fortunate for us. Again, depending on what books you have available, you want that. And I will just give a quick plug to all the great tools on Odd Chopper. If you've seen this in action and you've wondered what it's about and you want to integrate this into your process and get those plays, have it identified via our tools. These tools are no joke. They can make the difference in profitability and they save you a ton of time, if nothing else. Come on in. 50% off to celebrate the start of NBA. Code SLAMDUNK50. You just click the link below, and when you're prompted, put in SLAMDUNK50. 50% off that first week, first month, whatever you want. Very, very simple. We'll see you in there. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up on Twitter at JazzRazDFS. Get back to the parlay. We've got two on the board. We've got to find one last play. There's so many spots that we could go to. Where are we going? Third road favorite, Marshall, -3.5 against Coastal Carolina. Here we go to complete the trio. Could it be a triple minefield? Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. I don't get this. I must be missing something in chat. Feel free to point it out. I like Marshall quite a bit here. So this is a team, again, back and forth throughout the year, not overly impressive, but we've seen them battle some pretty good teams. I watched them against NC State. They put up a ton of points in that game, really couldn't get it done ultimately, but they have some things we don't know. Let's get right to it. The injury situation is probably the biggest theme of this game. So Rasheen Ali, who I think is Marshall's best playmaker, they will not really give an indication of what's going on to them or to him. I would love to know if he's playing. If he does play, that's a huge boost to our side. If not, obviously we'll have to deal with it. And this is a team, we just saw them play James Madison and they lost. They lost to Georgia State. They're losing to competent teams. Now you got to win some of these games. There's no doubt about it. But they've been battle tested. I actually like their schedule. I think they've really played a lot of different types of teams. Fancher, their quarterback, he's all right. Nothing crazy, nothing special, to be honest. But I still think that Marshall's offense can have some opportunities. And if they get a little healthier, that would really help. Pretty deep on defense. They've got some guys banged up, but it's really not a big deal to me. And then on the other side, this is really a short of Coastal Carolina, who has beaten a couple teams recently. Beat Arkansas State last week, which was annoying for me. Beat App State by 3 points. Lost to Georgia State, lost to Georgia Southern, lost to UCLA. But when I think of Coastal Carolina football, I think of one person, Grayson McCall. Their do everything quarterback. He has been there. It feels like he's been there for a decade. He's been there forever. He's experienced. He's mobile. He knows what he's doing. He's the unquestioned leader, and he's hurt. He was stretchered off last week. They're calling him doubtful. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but everything I have read as I film this is that he has not been cleared to play. Don't expect him to play. For that simple reason, the drop-off of Coastal Carolina to their second signal caller is immense. I think it has repercussions throughout the whole team. I do not expect him to play. If he does, I'll have to live with it, and I'll have to eat this line. But at 3.5, I like Marshall in this game. And I think even if he was playing, I would side to Marshall. I think the line, of course, would move, considering McCall's a real playmaker. But to me, Marshall has a lot of things stylistically, defensively that can cause problems. And offensively, I think they'll be able to do enough here. So I know it feels a little trappy to go to another road team, but I actually like this Marshall team. I think that They will not face a front like James Madison in this spot. In fact, it's far from it. I think this is a much better matchup. I think we're going to see a much better result. Marshall, the third leg of this parlay. Let's do the quick recap over here. Western Michigan, -2.5 at -112. Oregon at -6.5, -108. And Marshall at -3.5, -110. We put them all together. A little 595 action, nearly 6-1 on our parlay. You guys know the drill. We're going to give it a run, give it a sweat, and hopefully get to this last game with a chance. That's all you can ask for with these type of bets. It's been fun. It's been real. Plenty more college football content on this very channel, getting you ready for Saturday. We've got multiple betting you episodes, quick picks, everything that you guys want. And I hope that we give it a run on this parlay. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Good luck and enjoy these games. Come back next week, same time, same place, and stay tuned for plenty more content in the meantime here at Odd Shopper.